Hey guys, welcome back to Sandy Boy Reviews. I am your host, Stanley. First and foremost, I wanted to thank you so much for being here today, checking out my channel, and showing support. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. This is your little reminder to do so. If you're just out and about cruising channels and checking out review pages, thanks for being here. As you know, it is Scream month here at Sandy Boy Reviews. Last week I covered Scream 4, the week before I covered the original Scream, and this week in lieu of its smash opening weekend, we are covering the new Scream film, otherwise known as Scream 5, Scream 2022, whatever you want to call it. As a Scream fan, I was blown away. I'm so excited to talk about it. And before I go any further, I just want you guys to know that you are in a safe space. I will not be spoiling anything as far as the killer reveal, major plot points, detrimental things to the movie. I'm going to tiptoe around certain aspects of the film, but I will review it to the best of my ability without killing it, so to say. So with that being said, I'm gonna have a seat before I have a stroke. I'm so pumped to talk about this. Let's get to it.
I finally came back for you.
Danny.
I'm going to twist your back like mine, so you'll never get out of bed again. Never get out of bed again. Never get out of bed again. Get out of bed again. Get out of bed again. Get out of bed again.
I wish that I would have had my Scream 4 poster hanging last week, but I had not received it in the mail yet. But really, we should be focusing on this one, which I've had for some time now. Okay. Scream did not happen immediately after Scream 4 because Scream 4 performed so poorly at the box office. It only made 90-something million against its $50 million budget. So instead, the Weinsteins decided to go forward with the MTV series that happened for 2 seasons, and then a 3rd season that took place at VH1. And then in 2017, a slew of sexual assault allegations took place against Harvey Weinstein, and that buried the Weinstein Company and all of its adjoining film companies. In 2019, Spyglass Media Group bought the Scream franchise name, and early 2020 is when a new film was confirmed. Kevin Williamson attached himself, but as an executive producer this time. Shortly after that, Neve Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox confirmed their return as their legacy characters. And Radio Silence, who had directed the very successful horror film Ready or Not, attached themselves as directors since Wes Craven was no longer with us. He passed away in 2015 from brain cancer, unfortunately. Writing the film would be frequent Radio Silence collaborators, James Vanderbilt and Gary Busick. Also, it should be noted that Radio Silence directed 2 segments from 2 anthology horror films that I really enjoyed, VHS and Southbound. Filming for Scream took place summer of 2020. It wrapped up in September of 2020, and by the end of 2020, Scream 5, which then became known as simply Scream, was in the can. Now it's in theaters. I saw it opening night, January 13th, and I was in the middle center row, literally almost sobbing. I had been waiting with so much anticipation, and I was just ready. I was ready for this movie. By the time it was over, I can't even tell you what was going through my mind. We're just gonna get down to the plot. It has been 10 years. Initially, we're introduced to Tara, who is home alone, making food, getting ready to have a friend over, and she gets a phone call from Ghostface. It is very reminiscent to the opening of the original Scream. Tara is questioned about Stab 1, Stab 2, Sidney Prescott. The one spoiler that I will give away, this is the first Scream film where the opening kill is not a kill.
What?
The police show up just in time, and Ghostface escapes, and Tara survives. Flash forward, Sam, Tara's sister, receives a phone call. She is alerted about Tara's attack. She is asked to return to Woodsboro and be by her sister's side. And Sam also has a boyfriend named Richie who comes with her. Then we are introduced to Tara's friends. We have Wes, who is a cute kid who is also a son of local law enforcement, who has a huge crush on Tara. There is Amber. We kind of get the idea that she is probably Tara's girlfriend. There is a set of twins named Chad and Mindy. And we have Liv, who is Chad's girlfriend. This is the new group, and they are all very close to Tara. Then we have our legacy characters. We have Dewey, who has been living in a trailer somewhere on the outskirts of Woodsboro for who knows how long. He is now an alcoholic. He watches Gail's morning talk show every day. Then we have Sidney, who has been moved on and now has kids and is married and living a new life. Sam is running from something, and it is a gag. I'm not gonna give it away because if we find out what it is, I gasped out loud when I found when it is revealed to us what her dangerous secret is. And it works. It works so well. It might not work for some of us, but if you're a real true Scream fan, it works, and it is so welcome. I loved it. Sam goes to Dewey for help because she needs to protect her sister. It is so much fun trying to figure out who is doing this and who was behind the mask this time. Getting to the final act is a treat. There are so many Easter eggs. The comedy is real. There are so many good jump scares. There are so many worthy moments that all of us fans know are there. And I appreciated everything I saw on screen. Judy Hicks is back. She is now the sheriff. And we even get a cameo from a beloved character from Scream 3, Heather Moderato, who is Randy Meeks' sister. I'm not going to say why she shows up or how she shows up, but again, very appreciated and very welcome. And it was like seeing old friends. Much like Scream 4 was like seeing old friends. It was like seeing old friends and being reunited with people we haven't seen in such a long time. And there were times where I was laughing out loud, and there were times where I was almost on the verge of tears. There are blink and you miss it moments. There are new Easter eggs, especially on the second time that I watched it. The first night that I saw it, I was just so ready to see it and just so excited that I missed so many things. The second time, I was just looking for things. And the things that I saw, let me tell you, if you want some confirmation on what happened to Kirby Reed from Scream 4, don't blink because you will see it. The third act, you guys, much like all the third acts of each Scream film, batshit, totally batshit. I guess the killer, there might be one, there might be two, I won't tell you. Do I agree with the motive? The second viewing, more so I did. Because it made more sense. When Sidney finally shows up on the screen, you guys, the entire crowd went wild. Everybody was hooting and hollering and clapping. And the same with Dewey and the same with Gail. Every time a legacy character popped up on screen, everybody just lost it. And it was so cool to be in a theater and to see and hear everyone's reactions with these characters. And I loved it. I really loved it. I have just been so used to Scream 4 for the last 10 years, and I thought that was Ghostface at his grisliest and meanest. But damn, Ghostface is mad. Ghostface has been in hiding for quite a long time, and it shows. The blood is dark, the knife is sharper in this one, and it is very Manson-esque. Like, we get some really dirty killings in this movie. It's really one for the books. This movie does not hold back the bloodshed. And the final act, I have a friend who said it is a chef's kiss to the original, and it really is. Once you get to the hour and 40-minute mark, it really is something you just have to see. I was literally on the edge of my seat just the entire time, and by the time the credits rolled, I was like, I have to watch this again. I have to watch this again. I have to watch this again. And that's what I did. 12 hours later, I was in the theater again, just ready to go. I was really on the fence. But right now, I don't know. It's between Scream 4 and Scream 2022 on which one I like as my second favorite, because this is just a very worthy follow-up, you guys. So if you haven't seen it, I say go see it as soon as you possibly can, and let me know what you think in the comment box, because I loved it very much. From an objective perspective, it has its problems, it has its writing qualms, but I'm a true fan, man. I can look past some certain things. I can look past what might be considered a faulty motive, what might be considered problematic as far as the killer or killers are concerned. I can look past all that. I'm happy to be back in Woodsboro. I'm happy to be back with my girl, Sidney Prescott. I'm happy to be back with my gang, man. Scream 2022, 10 out of 10, shocker. If you hated it, I want to know why. If you loved it, I also want to know why. There's only one more week left in January. There's 2 movies left in the series. So I want to know which one you would like to see reviewed. Do you want to see Scream 2 or do you want to see Scream 3? Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Go see Scream 5 or Scream. It's Scream 5, you guys. We can call it whatever you want to call it. It's Scream 5. It is directed with a fierceness. It is written wonderfully with a sincere love for the fans. The writers knew what we wanted. This movie is for Wes. This movie was written and directed and made for Wes Craven, and it is dedicated in his honor, and it shows. I just love that I got to experience it. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't, subscribe, and if you don't want to subscribe, don't, whatever. But really, thanks for watching. Come back again next week.